In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a wildly successful content marketing strategy to build awareness online through social media and get the right clients reaching out to work with you instead of you having to chase them. And to do that, we're going to look at what success looks like. What does it look like when we're actually generating revenue? Like, how did Lydia go from struggling on LinkedIn to literally having a thriving business and growing a following on TikTok? She literally went from 0 followers to almost 20,000 followers in a couple of weeks. Now she has close to 110,000 followers on TikTok, and it's totally transformed her business. You should go to my website to the testimonials and check out her story. Or Christina, how did she double her income in 3 months? Or Summit CPA, how did they go from $7 to $9 million in just 1 year? All from creating content and publishing that online on places like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And really also how I've grown SGP Labs, how I've grown from 0 to 50 to 60K months consistently by generating an incoming stream of qualified people that want to buy my services. From people that are willing to buy one of my 2 products on a single sales call. So let's zoom back out again and really reverse engineer how we get there. Because the only way you're really going to generate those types of results is if you have good content and you have consistency in the delivery of that content. Let's face it, there are a lot of people creating content, and unless it's really good, compelling content that makes people say, wow, I'm glad that I saw that, and so that they actually share that with other people, and you're doing that on a consistent basis, you simply aren't going to achieve a high level of success with your content marketing strategy. And then, of course, the only way you're going to get good content on a consistent basis is if you develop a routine and you practice. Now, everyone's different. Some people are going to be able to create better content sooner than others, but everyone is going to have to practice in order to make good content. Even the best musicians in the world practice their music 10 hours a day. Even the greats, they had to practice. And in order to get enough practice to become good, you're going to need that routine built into your schedule. And for a lot of people, in order to build in that routine, to get the practice, to make good, consistent, quality content, to achieve that success, you're going to need some system for accountability. You're going to need that business partner. You're going to need that coach. What is that system that's going to hold you accountable to build a routine, to get the practice, to get good, to stay consistent, to achieve success, to generate revenue? And you're also going to need a reminder, but a reminder of what exactly? A reminder of that initial belief that this could even work for you. In order for this content marketing plan to work, you're going to have to believe that it will work. You've seen other people do it, and you're only watching this video because you believe somewhere that this is possible for you. So you need to believe, and you need to make a commitment that you're going to do the work. And when times get tough, you're going to need a reminder in that belief and in that commitment. Now, because achieving success is a process that goes through these various stages, let's talk about some of the pitfalls that I see as people leave the belief and commitment stage and start to build out a strategy, a plan, get into video equipment and doing their recording and actually starting to do their initial posting. Now, the various pitfalls don't always happen in this particular order, and I would know because I've literally hit every single one of these pitfalls that I'm about to share, and my clients have as well too. But in general, as people go through this process, they tend to hit things in this order. So I'd really like to lay these out for you so you can think ahead and stay aware as you start to hit these different roadblocks, so that as you come up against them, you can take action to resolve them. So as we exit the belief and the commitment stage into strategy and planning, one of the first things that I see is people just do not dedicate the time. They're just doing too much, and some of the work they're trying to do too much of is other revenue generating activities. So if you believe that content marketing is right for you, you're going to have to prioritize it above all of the other things. You can only put your attention on so many things and do them well. And we talked about how success requires good quality content, so you need to do this well. So I find when people aren't dedicating the time, it's because they're doing too much, or it's just not prioritized, or they just really don't believe that it's going to work. And so they get into a vicious loop where they're just doing too many things and it's just not prioritized. So if you find yourself not dedicating the time, you're going to have to reevaluate your belief in this working and your commitment towards it and prioritize it accordingly. Then as we move into the strategy and planning phase, what I find is people just start overthinking. What should I create? What should I talk about? Now they've got to update their website and redo all their products before they launch their content marketing plan. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't spend time thinking about what you're going to create or what you're going to talk about, but there's a limit to how much you can think this all through before you just have to take action. So I walk my clients through a process where we develop a strategy and a plan. We talk about what we should create and what we should talk about, and how we should not redo our website and redo all of our products before we launch. But even then, I do find clients can find themselves getting stuck trying to overthink things. So that's where this accountability and the reminder of why you're doing these things really comes into play, because you have to just just move forward and start recording. And then as people start to move out of the strategy and planning phase into buying equipment and starting to record, sometimes we do see a little bit of overthinking in terms of what type of equipment to buy, but we're also starting to run into new territory around fear of video, imposter syndrome, and just thinking that they're going to look bad. This is where I start to hear people kind of shake in their confidence in terms of feeling like their information has value to other people, or they start to see themselves on camera and they start to pick apart how they look and how they don't feel confident and how they present themselves to the public. Now, these are all common, and I have various techniques to help my clients through those things. And to be honest, even after having created thousands of videos, I still have this same problem myself. I might look at a recording and start to get overly critical about how I look. I might look at my t-shirt here and think that it's too high. It could be any number of things. And that's why it's good to have the reminder that we believe and that we made a commitment. Because in order to achieve success, we have to have good quality content and we have to be consistent. That means we have to publish the content. And to publish the content, we have to have a routine in practice. So we have to be aware of the fears that we're having and identify them and then address them head on and deal with them. Because whatever the fear is, there is a way to get past it. And then finally, as we move out of the recording phase into the initial posting stage, where we're starting to post our few first videos on social media, many of us are going to face little to no results. We're not going to get a lot of views. We're not going to get a lot of comments. When we do get a comment, it might be negative. And it's very likely you're not going to generate new business from a single video. It's just not the way it works. Just like when you go to a networking group and you meet somebody for the first time, it's most likely that that person is not going to become a client on day one. Remember, success is coming from good quality content and consistency. That means somebody has seen that good quality content that they find engaging and shareable multiple times. They might have seen your content 3 times, 5 times. They might have been watching your videos for over a year. It's important as you enter the initial posting stage and you don't get the results that you want, a low number of views or comments, or again, even negative comments where people are calling you out or being negative or just being mean, that you have some system for accountability and reminding yourself in your belief that this is going to work and your commitment to do the work. Your commitment to hold yourself accountable and a system to remind yourself why you're doing it. To build the routine, to get the practice, to get good at content through consistency, to achieve the success and revenue that you're looking for in your business. And one thing that's interesting about this process is if you have that long-term perspective and belief and commitment in what you're doing, you can achieve good short-term results like Bobby did, who's coming up on 5,000 followers on TikTok, who had a video go viral with more than 500,000 views, because most of all, he had a belief and a commitment to getting it done and did everything for the right reasons. So there you go, guys. If you want to achieve success and revenue, you're going to need good quality content consistently. To do that, you're going to need a routine and practice. To maintain that routine, you're going to need accountability and a reminder of that belief that you can do it and the commitment you had to get it done. So I hope you found that video valuable and you believe in your ability to create a content marketing strategy and commit to it. Go ahead and check out the next video where I go deep on how to think through what type of content that you should create. Should you create a podcast? Should you be doing selfie videos? What type of content should you create? I'm going to go over that in the next video, step by step. So I will see you on that video. Have a great one.